Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Now, here is Halliburton. Outside, Walker. And finished off by Walker.
When Jarris Walker stuffs it, we feel those bucks over here.
And it's Maxey with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. For the 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Halliburton. Pass to Mathurin. 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. George against Halliburton. Outside, Maxey. Embiid with a screen on Walker. Here's Maxey, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Embiid, the pass to Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Tyrese Halliburton is flat-out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers, outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, a better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Pass to Halliburton. A three-pointer off the mark.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Clark, we know what a great player Joel Embiid is. He was the 2023 MVP, and he was on that same road until he got injured last season.
Unfortunate to see the big fella Embiid deal with the injuries that he has throughout his career, even going back to his 1 year in college. It's unfortunate, but that has hampered what is a special talent in Embiid.
Now, here is George.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And George with the stuff.
George playing strong down low. Love to see him finish with authority.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
76ers.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. We talked about Benedict Mathurin, their confident wing. Coach said guarding Mathurin is a challenge. He's got that it factor. We've told our guys who are defending him, you have to try to match his intensity. He'll eat you alive. Checking Benedict Mathurin, never an easy assignment. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And here's Maxey after Miles Turner was able to get the triple. Maxey with it. Halliburton picks him up. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Checking in at about 200 pounds, Maxey is much stronger than he appears.
Maxey hits them both. The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
And that one drops for him. Maxey's got 12 in the game.
Every time Maxey steps on the floor, you expect a big scoring night. Tyrese can explode offensively at any time.
Halliburton finds Walker. And finished off by Walker.
And, you know, we can't measure heart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
A three-pointer is right on target. Maxey's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Philadelphia. Halliburton deciding where to go with it. Out to Turner. And Embiid with the block.
The defensive instincts of Embiid on display there with the denial.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for him so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Pacers trail by 8. Mathurin with a screen for Halliburton. The kick out to Walker. Indiana again missing. The alley-oop. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in the driver's seat, up 8. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
You know, in the early going, they've been effective scoring in the mid-range, and if it's falling, I say stay with it.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And so in the game for the Pacers, Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. And it's Walker in at the 3 slot. There's Embiid, and Embiid throws it. Down.
I got pity for that rim right there, Joel Embiid. That's a big man banging that thing down.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And Mathurin has got the ball here for Indiana. Trailing by 10. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Maxey, no good. Pacers trail by 7. Siakam outside. Turner for 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Boy, and Turner's really good at picking the defense apart, especially with the catch-and-shoot jumper.
outside. Maxey with the drive. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Turner for three. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Maxey. To the inside. Embiid, no good. Pacers trail by 6. Mathurin attacking. Halliburton against Maxey. Now, here is Halliburton. Over Maxey. It's hauled in by Paul George.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball. I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. The league is attempting, Clark, to minimize flopping. Do you like the technical foul assessment for just that act?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because that way you can get it out of the game. These guys are as big, as strong as any athletes in the world. They shouldn't be falling down as much as they do trying to draw foul.
And those are two loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Maxey looking it over.
2 minutes.
1:56 left in the first half. And finished off by Oubre.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Turner for three. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Outside, George, Oubre. The shot's good on the assist by George. And now it's a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Here's Halliburton. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And you know he's finishing when he gets that close. Count it.
Outside for George. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the 76ers.
And sometimes with George, it doesn't really matter where he's squaring up from. If he's in rhythm, even from distance, you've got to get a hand in his face or he'll drain it.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Here's the three. Here's Embiid. The strength of Embiid on display.
Embiid knows how to bully his way into position for the putback.
Outside Mathurin. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside. Mathurin's got 6 points.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Knocked loose. Halliburton with the steal. And here they come. Siakam outside. Turner with a screen on George. Siakam for three. And we finished one half of basketball. 76ers lead by 10. Got a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. Dave, thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Bench into center court and get ready for the fans half-court shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Lowry out there with Gordon. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Edwards. And it's Yabusele in a power forward. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Outside for Lowry. They set the pick. Pass to Yabusele. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Here's Nembhard. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Lowry passes to Yabusele. It's deflected. And they're on the break. Here's Nesmith. Pass to Nembhard. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Bryant finds Nembhard. 6 on the shot clock. And finished off by Shepherd.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
And that's Lowry's shot right there. Always looking to capitalize from that range.
Here's Nembhard. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
For 3.
Nembhard's got 5 points in the quarter. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got 5 now.
A burly, bruising point guard. Lowry is good at using that upper body strength to fight through contact.
Pass to Toppin. With the jam.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
Here's Gordon. Toppin pulls it in. Pacers trail by 8. Pass to Nesmith. Back to Toppin. No good on the 3. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Gordon gets to Yabusele. And foul on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review.
First team foul. At the line for 2.
Fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Bart, these Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. And they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him, and we have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. So it's the Pacers now. A 12-point game. Up top, Nembhard. He's got 5. Neesmith, the pass to Nembhard. Back to Neesmith. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Toppin, and the Pacers can't get it to go. Philadelphia leading by 12. Knocked away. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. With the steal. And Toppin throws it down.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Lowry kicks to Yabusele. He takes it in. Banked in off the glass. Yabusele's got 6 points in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
With 4 seconds on the clock, and it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Bryant.
Substitution on the court.
Up top, Maxey. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. 76ers on top.
All right, fans, here's
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The 76ers leading by 10. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Walker in at the 3. And it's Halliburton penetrating. Siakam outside. Outside Mathurin. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Driving in, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We've seen Tyrese Maxey and his game go to another level. Clark, what makes him a top-level scorer in your opinion?
Kevin, there are a couple of things that really stand out. His sheer speed with the ball is remarkable. His fearlessness and confidence, every great scorer has that. And then his ability to knock down the three-point shot off the catch or off the dribble gives him an added step of quickness when he's taking it to the rack. And all of that makes him a dynamic scorer.
Second chance shot. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Recognize that space given, and Maxey pulled up in the mid-range for the bucket.
Mathurin passes to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
assisted by.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
George dishes to Embiid. In close, Embiid gets it to fall.
Outstanding agility in the screen and roll by Joel Embiid. I mean, he's so good at getting out of the screen quickly and getting to the right spot.
Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut to just 9 points on the basket from Siakam.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one. So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Nemhard the pass to Siakam. Another miss by Siakam. Philadelphia leading by 11. To the paint. Oubre kicks to Maxey. Launches it. The Pacers pull it in. Pass to Turner. Siakam sets a screen for Turner. To the wing on the left. On the wing, Turner lets it go with a three. Nailed from three-point land.
Really like it when Turner squares up from outside because he's got a sweet stroke, and because of his size, hard for defenders to get to the shot, and it also stretches the floor, which is good for his team.
Maxey finds Oubre.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
George up top, covered by Siakam. And a wide open look for Mathurin. And the Pacers another three.
No, it's early in his career, but Mathurin already knocking down several big shots late.
Outside, Maxey knocks it loose.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Takes a three. The 76ers with another miss. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. Trailing by 5. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. Yeah, he begged them, don't give up. He told his guys one possession at a time. Let's go out there and do what we talked about. That's how we get back into this one. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. Oubre sets the screen for Maxey. To the middle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
You know, the blend of size and skill makes Embiid so hard to defend, and as a result, most of the time he draws fouls. And that makes it a two-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. Back to Siakam. Out to Turner. Pass to Nemhard. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Turner from past the arc. Maxey grabs the miss. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock. Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
29 seconds left in the game. Nobody near George. Pass to McCain. Open shot, George. The rebound by Turner. So it's the Pacers now. 7-point differential. It's Nemhard on the wing. So the 76ers win it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless. Much appreciated, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge.
Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And the starting group for the Celtics. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3. Small forward. Now here's Oubre. Pass to George from outside the arc. Tatum pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
From 13. Outside Holiday. And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Holiday taking his time here. They kick it out to Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Now here's George. Oubre, a screen on Brown. Here's George. Banked it in off the glass.
Sturdy play from George in the paint, getting by the contact and to his finish.
The Celtics have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Holiday against Maxey. And Holiday, here we go. Soft touch off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Maxey passes to Oubre. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Yeah, smart play there by Maxey, opening things up for someone with the pick and roll.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Nick Nurse. The main topic of conversation, how they plan to guard Jason Tatum. We want to try to make Jason a jump shooter. Avoid fouling, don't let him go downhill. But JT will get his, so let's hope we limit him. Well, that's never easy to do, guys.
Great work, Allie, thanks. Now here's Maxey. Down low. Tatum with a steal. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. George with a steal. Maxey with it. Now guarded by Brown. George for 3. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Gets the ball and takes the shot. It's that easy for Paul George.
Holiday passes to White. Rebound by Philadelphia. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's White. Porzingis with a screen on Maxey. White for 3. Again, the miss by Boston. The Sixers lead by 5. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
And then Embiid with the dunk.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more. He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Oubre can't hit. Celtics trail by 7. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
A nice shot by Brown.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Maxey against Holiday. Knocks it loose. Oubre passes to Maxey. George with it. Just 5 on the clock. And the jam by George.
And you see the creativity George has. Just comfortable operating in screen and rolls and taking what he sees.
Yes, it's good.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And here is Maxey. Still no points. 19 seconds left in the first.
Really?
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
At the line for Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey. Taking 2 shots. The play is under video review, under NBA
Still
rules.
disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Maxey.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Celtics trail by 6. Tatum a screen on Maxey. Holiday passes to Tatum. The kick out to White. Fires the 3. And it's Tatum missing. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Philadelphia on top, leading by 6. And we'll get things started in the second quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Philadelphia.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Paul George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And stolen by Porzingis. Now the Celtics on the move. And count that. 2 points and a chance for 1 more at the line.
Paul George.
And this is what they want to see from Porzingis, taking contact and completing the play.
Boston shooting their first free throw this game. That free throw good from Porzingis. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it could even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. Brown passes to Tatum. Back to Brown. Porzingis high post. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Sixers. Joining us for the 76ers home game, Diplo.
Yeah, a guy who loves this city and loves these Sixers. And he has to be in a good mood with how they've been performing so far.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's George. Here's Oubre.
Yeah, with his length and athleticism, Tatum has the tools to be a lockdown defender.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Well, you love a quick 3 points up the inbounds. That's about as good as it gets from out of bounds.
Maxey on the wing, hounded by Tatum, and stolen by Holiday. Tatum against Maxey. Tatum, good. Tatum's got 7 points for the quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right and you still get a bad result.
Porzingis with a screen on Oubre. Tatum passes to Holiday. Back to Tatum. 5 to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. The shot by Holiday. No good. The Sixers trailing.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
It's George on the wing. Pounded by Tatum. And down it goes. 2 points. George has got 11.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
Holiday passes to Brown. Tatum a screen on George. Here's Brown. Oh, Brown! Vicious!
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's Maxey. And Porzingis with the block.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D.
The kick to Tatum. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Oubre. Oubre's got 4 rebounds in the game. White against George. 54 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And he drives in. Here's Embiid. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on White. And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul.
A great job to establish position and square up.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
Oubre on the wing. We've got 33 seconds left in the second quarter. Embiid, a screen on Holiday. Maxey. Tatum with the block.
There's the length Tatum provides on the defensive side. He can change a game on that end.
Outside Holiday. Tatum, a screen on Maxey. Here's Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Embiid, a screen on Holiday. Maxey, that's good.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
George with a steal. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Sixers ahead, up by 1. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Paul George has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. We've got Al Horford. He's out there with Luke Cornett. Torrey Craig out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the 2 guard.
This is where Horford's agility comes into play. He finds the lane and takes it all the way.
Lowry, the pass to Drummond. Here's Yabusele. Horford covering. Yabusele, hook that. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Here's Hauser. Cornett sets a screen. Hauser can't get it to go. Here's Gordon. That one falls, coming off a Drummond feed. Now it's a 3-point 76ers lead.
It's nice to see they're not settling for 3-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
And Kyle Lowry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in.
Celtics foul. Sam Hauser. That's his first personal foul.
Philadelphia leading by 3. Lowry outside. The floater softly drops in the floater.
Yeah, a silky shot by Lowry. He has a tool for any offensive situation he finds himself in.
Outside Craig. Pass to Hauser. Clock at 6. The 3. He buries it from 3.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. 2-point game. Now here's Drummond. Drummond with the screen. Offensive rebound. Doesn't go that time. Boston's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Right side Craig. Here's Pritchard. No made baskets yet. And again, Boston with the triple. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
It's scooped up. The kick out to Edwards. Sinks the tray. Edwards got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Lowry. Tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Here's Pritchard. 3-pointer, no good.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Lowry doesn't have much fear when it comes to drawing contact. All he's worried about is putting up points on the board.
Both free throws good from Lowry. The Celtics have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Takes it inside. Pass to Cornet. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Drummond with the screen. Lowry, the pass to Drummond. Edwards against Craig. Drummond, the screen on Craig. 6 on the shot clock. Snatched up. Another shot. And Drummond with the finish. Drummond's got his first 2 points.
Well, if Drummond's going to score, the paint is where it's going to happen.
Horford, a screen on Lowry. Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Here's Hauser. Cornet sets a screen. Gets the 3 ball to go. Hauser's got 6 points in the quarter. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Boston out in front, leading by a point. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started.
That's right, fans.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. The Sixers trailing. You've got George. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, and it's McCain in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. There's a screen. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here, and they're pushing it up. Here's White, and White finishes off the break. Well done.
Good anticipation wins Tatum a steal, and he knows better than to let it go to waste.
Embiid inside, defended by Porzingis.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there, just takes his 2 points, moves on.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that. Puts so much pressure on the defense.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Outside White. Tatum with a screen. White, the pass to Tatum. Oubre against White. Outside Holiday. For 3. Here's Porzingis. Porzingis punishing inside.
An authoritative play by Porzingis, dominating the glass and getting the second chance look.
Maxey with it. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. George with it, picked up by Tatum. George's shot is good.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Outside Tatum. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Now we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it too.
George against White. Oubre, a screen on White. Here's George. And George with the jam.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
Here's Holiday. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Joel Embiid.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Holiday hits them both.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
Maxey surveys. Inside. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 5. Now Tatum. The 3-ball. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in the game. Back to George. Embiid, a screen on Tatum. George passes to Embiid. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his second.
And the moment Embiid gets the ball anywhere near the hoop, it's over. Too strong to stop without fouling.
And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Well, no doubt about those free throws coming up big in the clutch.
Brown against Oubre. Embiid passes to Oubre. Good work defensively by White. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Brown with a screen. Tatum's got room. Boston again missing.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
George against White. And he buries it.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Here's Holiday. Oh, he nails it. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Yeah, that's some flashy stuff from Holiday. I mean, those moves give confidence that carry over into your shot.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Outside White. Puts up a 3. Joel Embiid with the board. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Holiday. Fires for 3. The shot, no good. And they go to the intentional foul.
Porzingis. That's his 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And Boston calls time here. 3 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
They just haven't put it all together tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Laces one from 3.
Well, nice execution off the inbounds. They caught the defense napping on the perimeter.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
So it's Philadelphia picking up the win. Boy, they didn't make it. Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy.
Boston, Greg, I know you do. One thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center filling out the middle. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Pacers shooting their first free throw this game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Now, here is Halliburton. Inside. And it's Mathurin missing.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
Here's Nesmith. Following the basket by Derek White. And Doris, when you look at Aaron Nesmith, he is someone that has accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin. And what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. Somebody defenses must now account for from range. Love the work put in.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. He noted how much extra film they're watching heading into this. And one guy that jumped out at them was Kristaps Porzingis. He said scoring over that guy is a challenge. It's not just the size, it's how well he positions himself. And he's a patient shot blocker. He waits for you to make your move. We'll see how they approach it. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks.
First team foul.
Here's White.
What you know is Tyrese Halliburton is going to give you a day's work on the defensive end. This guy is so good at contesting without fouling.
Turner with a screen on Brown. Outside Turner. Halliburton looking around. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here is Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Back to Holiday. Here's the 3. And it's White missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Mathurin against Holiday. Indiana moving it around. And a wide open look for Siakam. Hits the three-point bomb.
This is a guy with size and range. You cannot let Pascal Siakam get those kinds of looks from deep.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Halliburton outside. Mathurin against White. Mathurin passes to Siakam. 5 to shoot. Here's Halliburton. And the shot is good. Halliburton's got 6 points.
Well, you love when guards are unafraid to get to the painted area and finish. Go ahead, Tyrese.
Outside Porzingis. Outside White. Porzingis sets the pick for White. And it's sent back by Turner. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. So it's Boston now. 9-point game. Just 4 to shoot. Halliburton with the steal. And here we go. Halliburton heading to the hoop. And Halliburton slams it in.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical. We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
Turner with a screen on Tatum. Siakam kicks to Turner. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
Halliburton passes to Turner. Siakam outside. Holiday against Turner. Halliburton outside. Turner with a screen on Porzingis. Halliburton, no good. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 7. And Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Siakam, a screen on Holiday. Halliburton finds Siakam. Over in the corner, Mathurin. Back to Siakam. Got it off in time. And he trains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And it looks like they are.
The previous play is
to get the basket off in time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad.
And so it's Indiana in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen for the Pacers so far, guys.
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. And it's Turner in its center. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Down low. Here's Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Assist goes to
Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
In a pick-and-roll game, the length and athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis is going to be a big-time problem.
Nesmith can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 7. And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team again.
Turner with the screen for Halliburton. Turner looking around. Takes it out to Siakam. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Halliburton for 3. Rebounded by Tatum.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Holiday with it. Halliburton picks him up. Tatum passes to Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Siakam. Boston needs to get off a shot. Porzingis can't hit. Pacers leading by 5. Pass to Nesmith. Outside Mathurin. Halliburton against Holiday. Halliburton passes to Siakam. Outside Turner. Fires from the wing. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tyrese Halliburton has become the face of the Pacers franchise. He says they've done a great job of allowing me to spread who I am and how I play throughout the organization. The guys and the coaches have adapted to that. Good things are happening. I want us to be the best team in the league. Kevin. He's certainly taking it in the right direction.
David, I'm infatuated with this guy as you are. He does so much at such a young age. Man, the sky is the limit. Holiday against Halliburton. Kicks it out to Siakam. Pass to Nesmith. The three. Boston grabs the miss. Holiday's got 4 rebounds in this game. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
Mathurin passes to Nesmith. Back to Mathurin. For 3, Siakam. Rebound, Boston. Pass to Tatum. Brown outside. And here's White. Now here's Tatum. Brown outside. Tries to keep it alive. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Brown. Pacers leading by 6. Halliburton outside. And Siakam has it in the corner. Turner for 3. And Tatum pulls it down. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Celtics. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Tatum on the wing. The kick out to Brown. Boston, no good that time either. Here's Nesmith. Siakam left side. Trying to get something going. And so it's the Indiana Pacers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. And now, thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break with third quarter basketball.
Center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game. Great performance by Benedict Mathurin.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the court right now for the Celtics, they've got Torrey Craig. He's out there with Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 2 spot. Toppin against Horford. Bryant left side. Toppin, no one around him. Good, and it's Bryant picking up the assist. Toppin's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Pacers. Outside, Horford. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Here's Toppin, and he goes big with the top right over Al Horford.
My goodness, Toppin puts on a show. What a special dunker this guy is.
And he gets the bucket.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Boston foul. Sam Hauser. First personal foul. First team foul.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Toppin kicks to Bryant. Back to Toppin. Clock at 6. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Shepherd, that's good. Shepherd's got the lead up to 11 now for the Pacers.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Nembhard, the pass to Shepherd. Puts up a deep three. Horford with the rebound. Celtics trail by 11. You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting.
Pass to Toppin. On the wing, Bryant. Still scoreless to the left side wing. Takes the three. And Pritchard pulls it down. Austin's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
No one near Shepherd as he lets it go. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Pass to Craig. Right side Horford. Pritchard passes to Craig. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hauser. Off target from three-point range. 1:31 left to play in the third. There's the pick. Nembhard with it. For the three. They get it back. Pass to Shepherd. Now Nembhard. There's the triple. Connects from three-point range. Shepherd's got 5 points now this quarter.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Here's Pritchard out to the right wing. Here's Hauser. Picked by Horford. Three-pointer. And the basket by Hauser.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Shepherd, the pass to Nembhard. From deep three-point land. Rebounded by Hauser. Celtics trail by 8. Pritchard gets the bucket.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Shepherd with a screen for Toppin. Pass to Shepherd. Up top, Nembhard. Walker in the corner. And they'll turn it over. He could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
Celtics foul. Drew Holiday.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The forward spots with Neesmith and Siakam. The backcourt, Halliburton and Mathurin. And it's Turner in at the 5, home in the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Tatum finds Holiday. Drives to the hoop. High arcing shot. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down to 6, and the bucket from Tatum.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Mathurin with a screen on Tatum. Siakam for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's Brown on the wing. Neesmith covering.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Halliburton passes to Mathurin. Neesmith with the ball. Drills the three-pointer. And the Pacers lead by 7.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That'll be his second foul of the game. To the paint, here's Holiday, and it's good for 2.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Indiana leading by 5. Halliburton kicks to Siakam. Siakam sets a screen for Halliburton. They get it back. Tatum against Mathurin. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Halliburton. Takes it out to Siakam. Fires from deep. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Brown. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Aaron Neesmith.
Boy, what terrific body control. Jaylen Brown, so athletic, loves to compete. Love it.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And just one of those nights for Tyrese Halliburton. He's kept his foot on the accelerator, and he's putting it to the defense.
And the call will go against Benedict Mathurin. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. White dishes to Tatum. Pass to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Lays it up off the glass.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
2 minutes remaining.
Tries again. Siakam passes to Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. Siakam a screen on Brown. Kicks it out to Siakam. Back to Mathurin. They shoot again. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. And 11 points here for Benedict Mathurin.
And wow, Mathurin, the youngster, making his presence known.
Offensive rebound. Holiday finds Porzingis. Another shot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but the coach's challenge has been issued.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
Halliburton passes to Mathurin. Siakam sets a screen for Mathurin. Driving to the basket. Halliburton for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
Fearless move by Tyrese Halliburton. The game is complete and the mind is ready.
White against Halliburton. Rejected by Halliburton. And he's able to get it back. Halliburton with the steal. to the inside. Indiana moving it around. Here's Turner, and Turner throws it down.
How about that? He's 7 feet tall, and Miles Turner, because of that ability to move in any direction at any moment, is a big-time problem inside.
It's tipped. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That's a jump ball.
Mathurin with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. And it's Mathurin missing.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
And here's Tatum for 3. It's in! And now they trail by just 4. And it's the Pacers with the ball. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Personal foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Halliburton outside. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group had.
Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. We've got Kelly Oubre. He's out there with Joel Embiid. Maxey out there with Paul George. And it's McCain in at the 2. And the Pacers with possession here. After the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, slick drive by Halliburton. Cutting through the defense into a shot.
Maxey surveys. That 3's off the mark. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Rick Carlisle and I were able to chat. I asked him what he told his team in regards to how to guard Paul George tonight. He told me Paul is a tremendous player. I told our guys that when he's attacking, we need to help one another out. It has to be a team effort defending him. So it sounds like he'll be sending plenty of defenders PG-13's way.
Appreciate the report, Allie. What a breakout 4th year for Tyrese Maxey. Named to his first All-Star game in 2024, Richard.
When the Sixers traded away James Harden, it really opened up things for Maxey. Gave him the ball more responsibility, and you know what? He showed up.
Now here's Halliburton. Basket counts. Halliburton's got his second bucket.
And using that momentum to his advantage. Even when Halliburton gets knocked around, he pushes through it well.
George against Siakam. Pass to McCain. Now here's Maxey. Shot clock at 6. George outside. Second chance effort. And it's good on the layup.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
Halliburton, the pass to DeMarc. Back to Halliburton. Going inside. And the dunk by Halliburton.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
In transition, here come the Pacers. And here's Nembhard. Outside for Halliburton. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
You're catching the defender off guard. Nice fake out by Halliburton.
And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant. But even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Now here's George. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Outside for Halliburton. Back to Siakam. With the drive. And Siakam with the slam.
Oh, coming in hot. There was just no getting in Siakam's way there.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside Maxey. And the shot's good. Maxey's got 6 points.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Maxey against Halliburton. Pass to Turner. Back to Halliburton. Out to the right wing. A good look from Turner. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist.
The defense better watch Turner more closely because he can strike that fast.
Outside Maxey. Pass to McCain from behind the arc. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Halliburton outside. Mathurin with the ball. Maxey covering. Mathurin against Maxey. Mathurin passes to Siakam. Outside for Halliburton. And there's the drive. Rebound by Philadelphia. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Left side, Oubre. Back to Maxey. Oubre, a screen on Siakam. Maxey passes to Oubre. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. That one misses for Oubre. Indiana leading. Nembhard left side. Siakam the screen. Pass to Turner. Three-pointer Mathurin. Tyrese Halliburton getting it done for the Pacers. 8 points in the quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Indiana.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Yeah, they've also started out on fire from mid-range. We'll see if they continue to that approach as the game goes on.
Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Halliburton in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring. He said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie.
Yeah, what a dunk from Halliburton. The defense has to push him further out.
And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. It's a 5-point game. We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason, and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Turner finds Mathurin. Siakam outside. Lets it go from deep. He drops it from range. Siakam's got 7.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
And they call an illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Halliburton surveys the floor. Nembhard, the pass to Mathurin. Halliburton outside. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. 76ers trail by 8. Outside Maxey. Can they get it? And he sinks the layup. Give him 8 points now.
Continuing to work, no give from Maxey, even amongst the bigs.
Siakam with a screen on George. Halliburton goes. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's Maxey. Give him 8. George outside. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Over to the left wing. Here's Turner. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. And it's a 10-point Pacer lead.
Being productive, Turner is a constant offensive threat.
Outside Maxey. Pass to George. And there's a pick. The 3. Drops in the 3. George has got 5 points.
And you see the creativity George has. Just comfortable operating in screener roles and taking what he sees.
Halliburton finds Siakam. Shoots over Oubre. Halliburton outside. Pass to Nembhard. Outside Mathurin. Clock at 6. Halliburton outside. Misses the 3.
And sometimes on defense, you could just get lucky.
George with it. Siakam covering. A minute 9 left to play in the first half of basketball.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Here's Halliburton. 12 points for him. Back to Nembhard. Another one falls for Indiana.
On the ball, Halliburton has great concentration. His focus is what helps him find the wide open man.
Outside Maxey. Takes it inside. Here's McCain, defended by Halliburton. Oh, and Turner with a block.
An impressive shot blocker. Turner's combination of size and timing on defense is so valuable.
And here are the Pacers now. They're on a 13-5 run. Halliburton against George. Halliburton right side. Nembhard outside. Outside Mathurin. From deep. Hits a three-pointer. And it's a 12-point Indiana lead.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation.
Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Edwards. Eric Gordon is out there with Kyle Lowry. Then it's Andre Drummond, and it's Yabusele in at the power forward position. Pass to Shepard. Three-pointer. They get it back. Here's Nesmith. The kick out to Walker. Sinks it from distance. Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
No hesitation. Nice work by Walker, not overthinking it.
Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said, it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. Toppin outside. Driving inside. And he banks in the layup. Toppin's got his first bucket in this one.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
They get it again. Outside Edwards. Pass to Lowry. Back to Edwards. And here's Drummond. Covered by Bryant. The shot by Drummond. No good. Pacers leading by 15. Here's Toppin. Nesmith on the wing. Here's Shepard. He's guarded by Lowry. There's a screen by Toppin. Pass to Shepard. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. 76ers trail by 15. Lowry surveys the D. Lets the three fly. Knocks it down from distance. Lowry's got 5 points.
Well, Lowry can just pepper you with shots from the arc. He's got a talent for finding and making those looks.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Toppin with it. Drives to the hoop. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That'll belong to Kyle Lowry. Indiana shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Down by 15. From deep three-point land. The kick out to Edwards. Lowry outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
6 to shoot. Here's Yabusele, guarded by Toppin. And Toppin pulls it down. Indiana leading by 15. Here's Walker. Pass to Nesmith. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. And here's Toppin. Okay, knockout! Wow! Oh, wow! Whips down the windmill jam!
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. Pass to Gordon. From outside the arc. They grab their own miss. Walker with a steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Pacers. Toppin finds Walker. Back to Toppin. 51 seconds. Oh, throw it down.
When he took off, I was not expecting that.
Oh! And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. With the step back. Here's Drummond. Out to Lowry. To stop the run. Knocks down the long J. Lowry's got 8.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Walker. Toppin outside. All sorts of time. Rebound by Philadelphia. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now. Gordon outside. Drummond with the screen. Up in time. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Indiana with an impressive. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. A new lineup here for Indiana. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Mathurin in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Back to Nembhard. Kicks it out to Siakam. And it's off from 3-point range.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Mathurin against George. A little mid-range shot is up, and the shot goes.
Nice job by George to get out, run, and complete the break.
Nembhard outside. Outside for Halliburton. Mathurin against Maxey. 5 on the clock. Halliburton, the pass to Mathurin. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And Halliburton, the bucket on the assist by Mathurin. And the Pacers lead by 17. Outside Maxey. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. It's George on the wing. Oubre, a screen on Siakam. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. The three, Mathurin. Joel Embiid with the board. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to McCain. Halliburton with the steal. On the wing, Mathurin launches a three. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got his 4th assist in this one. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pacers.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Halliburton against George. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Halliburton, a screen on Oubre. Siakam outside. Pass to Halliburton. Outside Mathurin. 4 on the clock. The three is up. Gets the three to fall. Mathurin's got 6 here in the quarter.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's the pick.
Minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Embiid. Outside Oubre. Shoots over Mathurin. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's Mathurin with a drive. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Yeah, this is Mathurin at his best. Driving hard to the cup and finishing in style.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Pass to Turner. Siakam with it. Outside Mathurin. Here's Turner. Back to Mathurin. Turner, a screen on Maxey. Three-pointer Mathurin. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. 76ers trail by 19.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Pacers.
This team did a lot of things well tonight. Number 1 was passing the ball.
And it was a team that was in rhythm, and they just trusted each other to take the right shots.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Tyrese Halliburton.
He was just dropping dimes left and right out there. Any opening that the D provided, he exploited it and found his teammates.
For 3, George. Indiana with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Nembhard with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Uncovered. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. And the Pacers lead by 21.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Oubre passes to Maxey. Now Embiid. Now George. He's covered by Siakam. Embiid, a screen on Siakam. For 3, George. George with another miss. And so it's the Pacers taking care of business in this one. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill.
aggressive attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Embiid is out there with Oubre. Then it's George. Then there's Maxey. And it's McCain in at the 2. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Stolen by Tatum. The finish. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Awesome speed from Tatum. Excels at getting to the right place in these fast break chances.
And here's Maxey. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Oubre. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Tatum. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Tatum's got 5 points so far.
Well, I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
Maxey against Holiday. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Holiday against the bucket.
Well, when he puts his head down now, Holiday is like a controlled bull heading into the ring. A lot of ferocity, but it's under control.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's McCain. Light covering. And George kicks to Maxey. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Embiid. Launches a 3.
You look at Porzingis, guys, and I like his versatility, especially on the defensive end where he can guard multiple positions.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never waned.
Now Oubre following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Here's McCain. Oubre, a screen on White. Got a piece of it. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Brown kicks to White. They grab their own miss. Tatum passes to White. Back to Tatum. Oubre with the steal. Here's George. Pass to McCain. Holiday against Maxey. From outside, off the mark.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Tatum with the screen on Embiid. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
How about the coordination from Porzingis initiating as the ball handler in the pick and roll? I don't see many 7'3" guys do that.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just trying to keep the ball away from Drew Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's George. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
George doing a nice job driving with physicality. They're seeking out that contact.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
There's 57 seconds left in the first. Tatum against Oubre. Back to White. Latrey. The rebound by Paul George.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Hits it from three-point range.
And George is not just a scorer now. He also passes the ball well, looking to keep his guys involved.
Holiday shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Austin shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Just way too fast for him. Maxey, quick on the drive.
Holiday dishes to Tatum. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 9 points for Jason Tatum.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Maxey, Porzingis with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And given how well he shoots it from the line, this is not a good foul. Got to avoid that at all costs.
And so he makes both from the line.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
On the wing, George gets it off. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Boston holding on to an 8-point lead. Heading. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Celtics.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the
2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules.
Personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
You're right. What a performance. Hey, Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Out to Porzingis. Clock at 6. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. 7-point differential. Right the pass to Tatum. Jason Tatum making sure of that one.
The athletic prowess of Tatum on full display. What a move to the bucket.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to talk to his guys. The 76ers trail by 9. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office. And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
And George drops them both. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Celtics leading by 7. Holiday looking over the floor. Outside, White. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. White's got his first points in this one.
Outstanding concentration that time by White on the tape. Played through the contact and scored.
Holiday against Maxey. Pass to Oubre. Back to Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. Over Holiday. Maxey, no good.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Butler, he's checked in for the 76ers. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
The 76ers trail by 11. Oubre, a screen on Holiday. Butler goes in and slam dunk by Butler.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Back to Embiid. George sets a screen for Embiid to the middle and taken away by Brown. Holiday against Butler, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
Rise up, Drew. He's a big guard, folks. Holiday is physical, too.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Here's McCain. White covering. Oubre on the wing. Embiid with a screen on Tatum. Oubre dishes to Embiid. Embiid owns the lane.
Once he gets that low, there's nothing you can do about it. Embiid is a major handful inside.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Holiday against Butler. Now Tatum, 11 points in the game. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Holiday. White looking around. Outside Tatum. The 3 is drilled by Tatum.
Tatum clearly putting on a show in this one. Doing it all.
Holiday against Butler. Here's McCain driving inside, and he uses the glass on the layup. McCain's got 5 now.
Boy, he sure can fill it up. You got to stay in his jersey.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And a season ago at the charity strike, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that will make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia.
Holiday really is a soft-spoken guy on and off the court. Leads by example, is extremely reliable and talented. And his teammates have great respect for him because of it. No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Poked away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry.
Now into the lineup for the Celtics, number 11.
There's 14 seconds left in the first half. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Boston Celtics. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And so Lowry will bring it up for the 76ers. They trail by 9 points. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Yabusele. Gordon is out there with Lowry. Then there's Edwards. And it's Drummond in at center. Lowry from outside. Out to Edwards. There's the three. Cranes the three-pointer.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Pass to Cornette. Here's Pritchard. Lowry covering. Outside, Horford. Down low, Frey. Poke loose. Here's Hauser. Picked by Horford. A second chance effort. Here we go, one-on-one. Drummond finds Gordon. Drummond with a screen on Horford. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Drummond sets the screen for Gordon. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Pritchard. Nothing on the board. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Here's Pritchard. Horford with the screen on Lowry. A shot by Pritchard, no good. The 76ers trail by 6. Lowry passes to Yabusele. Dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
A good display of Lowry's court vision there. Nice feed to the open man.
Pass to Pritchard. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Outside, Horford. And there's the drive. And the layup's good off the glass. Horford's got his first 2 points.
You know, one of the things that's overlooked with Al Horford is that this guy is really skilled, but he's a pretty good athlete, too.
Lowry. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Horford with the screen on Lowry. Here he goes. And finished off by Horford.
How about Horford showing you that he knows a little bit about elevation? Big fella. bouncing to the rack.
Edwards' shot is good.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Pritchard, while recovering. Count it. And the Celtics lead by 4.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Outside Lowry. For 3. The shot, no good. Boston leading by 4. Pritchard passes to Cornette. Here's Pritchard. Outside, Horford. 6 on the shot clock. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Puts the move on. And Pritchard pulls it down. The Celtics have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. To the inside. Cornette passes to Pritchard. Inside. And the basket by Horford. Horford's got 6.
Well, it's so hard to stop Horford when he's that physical down low. Most defenders have a tough time dealing with him.
Drummond the screen, and it's Lowry penetrating. Count that one.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Craig. Off target with his 3. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 4-point game. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up. And they'll retain possession. The first one falls.
Taking 2 shots.
And Edwards drops them both.
On the court.
A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Buries the long-range jumper.
For 3.
Lowry's got the lead up to 1 now for the 76ers. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Lowry. And Holiday, here we go.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
That will count. That one doesn't go. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck and while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And Holiday kicks to White. Shot clock at 6. Tatum setting the pick for White. They get the rebound, the kick out to Holiday, and there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time.
Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. To the paint, here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
The athletic Brown with a big-time slam. You got to defend him better than this.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when we get inside, we score. Simple as that. Keep attacking and don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Timed it beautifully, and George able to send it back with authority.
Here's Oubre, and finished off by Oubre.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
George playing strong down low. Love to see him finish with authority.
Here's Holiday. Rebound by the 76ers. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. They get it again. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
Yeah, I'd put that one on the defense. I mean, they can't leave him open at this stage.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, an impressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Oubre on the wing, guarded by Tatum. Oubre can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Pass to Tatum. And the rejection by Embiid.
The defensive instincts of Embiid on display there with the denial.
Out to Porzingis, a 3-ball. Offensive rebound. Holiday, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
I tell you, boy, he comes up big at the right time. I love his demeanor, though. His disposition says all business, and I'm ready for whatever is needed.
Embiid sets the pick for George. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Great execution by Porzingis, showing you he can get it done in the clutch.
George against Brown. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from George.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
On to White. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, you know, with his speed, White puts a lot of pressure on the defense when he drives, and that time they couldn't shut him down without fouling.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one, not with so much riding on.
Brown against George. Embiid sets the pick for George. The 3. Offensive rebound. Porzingis with the steal. Brown right side. Holiday against Butler. There's Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
You know what, guys? You want the ball in Porzingis' hands in clutch moments. Why? He's an impact player.
Embiid with the screen on Brown. The 3 from George. Right wing. Oubre outside. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. White, good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Paul George, second personal foul, 14.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Jaylen Brown.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And Philadelphia calls time here. They're behind by 8. What do you think, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just getting themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
At the line.
And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe.
And the 76ers call time here. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot.
So we see Boston get the win. All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Brigham.
Brian Anderson. A look at Indiana's starting group. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Mathurin in at the small forward position. And for Boston, Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3. Richard, what do you expect to see from this guard matchup?
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
Siakam, the pass to Turner. It's stolen by Tatum. To the inside. And that one's good. Porzingis.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
Here's Nembhard. Outside for Halliburton. On the take. Back to Nembhard. Halliburton on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 4-3. Fires in the triple.
At the perimeter, Halliburton has a lot of confidence. He's just about always ready to take that shot.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked Coach what his plan was for trying to slow down Pascal Siakam, and he said to make him into a jump shooter. He does the most damage around the rim, so we want to force him out on the perimeter whenever possible. It's not an easy task by any means. We'll see if they're able to do this. Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Here's Holiday. The rebound by Nembhard.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
It's Mathurin with a drive. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Yeah, this is Mathurin at his best, driving hard to the cup and finishing in style.
Outside White. The shot. Again, the miss by Boston.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the middle.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative to halt the run. And he lays it up and in.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Halliburton against Holiday. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Siakam the screen. Turner passes to Siakam. And here's Halliburton. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by White. Pass to Porzingis. Up top, Brown. He's covered by Mathurin. Back to Porzingis.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
Tatum with a screen. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Now, we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it too.
And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Siakam outside. Off target from three-point range. Boston trailing. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Tatum just has too much bounce right there. Better be careful, you're trying to stop that.
Halliburton looking over the floor. Pass to Siakam. Here's Nembhard. Just 5 to shoot. He takes it in. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Turner and Porzingis with the block.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D.
And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. For Boston, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Siakam against Tatum. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Brown. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Indiana trailing here. Here's Mathurin. Outside for Halliburton. Siakam for three. Sends it home from three-point land.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
Tatum with a screen. Here's White. And the jumper is good.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
To the paint. Here's Turner. The 9-footer's on the mark.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Pass to Holiday. Puts up a deep three. Can't hit that one. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. The Pacers out. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Indiana?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage for deep.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
And the Pacers looking at who they've got. Nembhard and Mathurin, they're the wings. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Halliburton in at the point guard position. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life.
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Turner passes to Halliburton. Mathurin, a screen on Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Shot's good by Mathurin. Mathurin's got 6.
And Mathurin is an impressive scorer, skilled at finding ways to convert around the rim.
White, the pass to Porzingis. The kick out to White. Back to Porzingis. Outside White. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Siakam. For Boston, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Kick out to Brown. Again, the miss by Boston.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Halliburton, the pass to Nembhard. Halliburton, a screen on White. Back to Halliburton. Tyrese playing big in the painted area.
He can move around with the big boys. Halliburton not giving in on the interior.
The 3, Porzingis. The rebound by Turner. Indiana has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Halliburton, a screen on White. Takes a 3. They get the rebound. Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Halliburton goes up top to throw it down.
And right there, Halliburton using his length to full effect. It extends the possession. Nice bucket.
Here's Holiday, and Holiday powers it home.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Siakam, the pass to Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Holiday. A good look from Turner. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Got to be encouraged watching Turner shoot with conviction, realizing his team trusts him to take these fast shots.
Tatum against Siakam. Outside Holiday. Oh, and Turner with a block. Siakam for three. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. That one goes in.
And he has taken over this game. Halliburton looks like he's on cruise control at this point.
And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That'll be a second foul of the game. Here's Brown. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Porzingis finds Tatum. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
Halliburton, the pass to Siakam. Now here's Turner, hounded by Tatum. Back to Siakam. Over Porzingis. Clock at 6. Nembhard outside. No good on the 3. White for 3. Indiana with a rebound. Now Nembhard. Halliburton for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Now this is how you finish a first half, sending them to the locker room with a statement shot from 3-point range.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Indiana ahead, leading by 4. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Luke Cornett out there with Al Horford. Then it's Torrey Craig. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the 2-guard position. That's the Boston 5. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
First team foul.
Walker sets a screen. Here's Toppin, and he drives in, and Obi Toppin gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Celtics trail by 4. Craig on the wing. Walker covering. Here's Hauser, and he jams it home with authority.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
Here's Shepard, outside Neesmith. Knocks it down from distance. Neesmith's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Boston shooting it well, around 55% for the game. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. For Boston, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Pass to Pritchard. Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Walker passes to Toppin. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Here's Pritchard. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Pass to Shepard. Now Toppin. Driving to the basket. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Here's Pritchard. Here's Horford. And Horford powers it home.
Look at Horford just rocketing off the floor, putting the defense on notice with a big dunk.
Toppin outside. Pass to Shepard. Into the lane. Back to Toppin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Here's Pritchard. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Nesmith. It's tipped. They get it back. Pass to Shepard. Toppin outside. Second chance shot. Driving in. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. These are his first free throws of the game. That's good from Toppin. Toppin hits them both. Celtics trail by 8. Craig on the wing. Covered by Bryant. The 3 ball. The offensive rebound. To the wing on the left. Here's Pritchard. Tries again. Horford gets it done inside.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Here's Shepard. Bryant outside. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. The kick out to Walker. Toppin, a screen on Craig. Back to Toppin. The 3 is up. Yes! Great play by Walker to set it up. Toppin's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's Hauser. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Indiana leading by 9. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Kept alive. Out to Horford. And Aaron Nesmith picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
8 seconds left in the third quarter. Pritchard, no good.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
And so it's Indiana. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Indiana's gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Mathurin in at the small forward. Nembhard, the pass to Turner. Now here's Halliburton. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Celtics.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm balling?
So Boston ends up going with a new group. And Brown with the stuff.
Getting the hoop and the harm. That's tremendous body control from Brown.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Pacers.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Space in the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
One other thing they've done very well has been scoring inside, just pounding and grinding down there.
Oh, Brown just throws it down.
There's that leaping ability, Brown. He just gets up so easy.
Halliburton, pass to Mathurin. Outside for Halliburton. Fires the three. Rebound Boston. Outside Tatum. For three. The rebound by Tyrese Halliburton. Pacers leading by 6. We played just over a minute here in the 4th. And the three off target. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. Porzingis punishing inside.
Yeah, what vision from Holiday. Seems to have a knack for getting it to his guys in great spots.
Siakam finds Halliburton. From the arc. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
White can't hit. The Pacers have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Nembhard, the pass to Halliburton. Here's Turner. Back to Halliburton. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Pacers leading by 10. Siakam looking it over. From deep. Porzingis grabs the board. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Tatum drops the hammer.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Mathurin passes to Halliburton. Mathurin, a screen on Holiday. Halliburton for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. And here's Brown for 3. Indiana with a rebound. Turner's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Halliburton. And stolen by Porzingis. Brown with it. Picked up by Mathurin. Outside White. 1:49 left to play in the 4th. Outside Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Wow, gutsy finish inside by Brown.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Mathurin, a screen on White. Nembhard, the pass to Mathurin. 3-pointer, Halliburton knocks down the long J. Halliburton's got 9 points now in the second half.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack for the three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Halliburton, a screen on Porzingis. And here's Turner from the arc. The rebound, Celtics.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
White for 3. It's rebounded by Pascal Siakam.
Questionable shot selection on that 3. Not really helping as they try and narrow the deficit.
Turner against White. Down low. Halliburton, the pass to Nembhard. Fires from deep. Hauled in by Brown. Absolutely no room for error.
Everything has to almost fall perfectly for them to pull this out.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Halliburton, pass to Mathurin. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And here's Boston. 4-point game. White looking it over. Porzingis sets a screen. Let's go with a three. He connects! And that one brings him within one. And so the big win by Indiana in a tight game. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment.